It's the start of 2023, so it's a great time to look back on 2022, see how it went, and then make some new goals and plans for 2023. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. And it is the start of 2023. For those of you who might be new here, welcome. I'm Beth. I'm Bourbon Creek Crafts. I am a paper addict and paper hoarder. You could probably say that. And my goal overall is to really use the papers I have. I still shop, but I don't just use the new stuff. I'm also trying to use the old stuff as well. That way it makes room for some of the new stuff. So my channel is generally full of paper crafting ideas to help you use up some of the paper hoard that you may have in your stash. I also, use stickers and all kinds of other embellishments. So each year I set some kind of crafty goals for myself. I've been doing this for a long time, and it really just helps me prioritize crafting, because there was a time when I would only craft when everything else was done. That never happens. Like, I never got to craft, and I hated it. I was cranky. And so I finally figured out that I needed to make it more of a priority in my life and start working it in. So I think that's how I started, is I just kind of worked it in on my schedule, on my to-do list, things like that. And then I decided I wanted more, and I started setting some goals for myself. And I do have a blog post, I believe I did last year, that I will link in the description box below, that talks about setting goals, specifically crafty goals. And if you want some more information on that, if you are interested in setting some goals, you can check that out. Like I said, that will be linked in the description box below. And I do have some printables in that blog post that will help you kind of work out your goals, to help you work on them throughout the year. So I wanted to start by taking a look back at 2022. What happened, what I accomplished, what I got done, what my goals were. Did I meet them? Did I not? It was a busy year for us, personally and in other business aspects. But I did get some things done. We'll kind of start with my goals, but I had a goal of using up at least one 12 by 12 pad or collection every month. And I did. And here are all the ones that I've used. I'm a little crazy in the fact that I keep the cover pages of what I've used. One, just so I can look back and see what it was I used. And two, I do make notes and list out what I made with those pads. So I have 12 by 12 pads, or 6 by 6 pads, sorry. And then 12 by 12 pads in collections. And I believe I counted in total, there were 25. So that does come out to be, average out to one of each a month. And I have a little tracker for myself. Not that you can see this, but I'll try and put in a zoomed in shot. But it's just a little grid, and this is one of my free printables. And so it has all the months, and then if I have time and think about it, I will count or note the number that I used or made for each month. Otherwise, if I know I hit that goal, I will just check it off. So looking back at last year, there was 1 month I didn't use a full 12 by 12 pad, but then there were a couple months where I used more than one. And I did use at least one 6 by 6 pad every month. So even though there may be some months I didn't use a full 12 by 12, I was working on one. And if you look at my numbers overall for the year, I used at least one per month and used that up. So then the second goal was to use at least one 6 by 6 pad per month, and I did that as well. My next goal from 2022 was to use up 6 kits for the year. These are card kits, primarily Scrapping for Less. There were a few other random ones that were peppered in there. And I figured that's one kit every 2 months. I thought it was pretty doable. I started out the year fairly strong, and then I used up 3 for the year. So I made that goal halfway. But I've had this goal of using up the kits in my goals for the last couple of years. And so here at some point, I'm going to show you my pad collection storage bins, as well as like my kit storage basket that at one point were like overflowing to the point where things were stacked on top. I couldn't fit things in anymore. And I will kind of show you the progress I've made and how they look now. So I did only use 3. So that goal I did not hit. My next goal was to actually finish scrapbooking pictures from 2015 and 2016. I realize that's a long time ago. Some of you may be way more up to date than that, but that's just kind of where I am right now. And I made a lot of pages, but I make pages for myself and for my 2 daughters. So there are times, a lot of you have heard me say this before, that I will make 3 pages or sets of pages for the same event, depending on whose album they're going to go in. Yes, I do know there are other probably more efficient ways I can do this, but this is the process that I enjoy. I like creating each page. And so this is how I choose to do it. Does it take me a lot longer? Yes. And I had kind of figured out that it would be like an average of 10 to 15 pages per month, which is doable many months. Some months it's not. So I can tell you right now, I did not finish 2015 and 16, but I got really close. I have here a stack. And again, some of you may think that this isn't a lot, but considering this, I started with an entire box full of pictures. These are the events that I have left. So there's an end in sight, and hopefully I can kind of finish that up towards the beginning of this year. And then I know that's going to put me behind for next year, but I'm getting there. And so there were several months where I did make more than my 15 pages. I think one month I made 19, and in the month of December, I made, I don't know how many. I'm gonna show you the stack of pages that I've made for the year, and I will show you what I made in December, like trying to get that goal met. For 2 weeks, I did almost nothing but scrapbook, so it got me closer, but not close enough. And then my last goal, it's not really a crafting goal, but it is to kind of clean up my studio area at least once a month. And sometimes that may not be a full out dust vacuum, full clean. It may just be tidying up my space, because where I'm sitting right now is where I tend to craft if I'm not making a video. And so I have half of a desk like this. This is an IKEA countertop. I have this half. My daughters have that half that they currently have a huge mess on over there. And so I do share this space, but there are times where I just tend to work on projects if I'm back to back and things pile up and I just can't take it anymore. So I did meet that goal of except for in the month of November, was because we had craft shows almost every weekend in the month of November. And so it was crazy. And that there just wasn't time to stop making and clean because I had to keep up with craft show inventory. So those were my goals, and I feel good about them. There weren't a ton of goals, and that's fine. I've had more goals in the past before, but I kind of narrowed it down to what was really important to me last year, and those were the ones that were highest priority for me. What else did I do in 2022? I finally created some merchandise, for Bourbon Creek Crafts or crafty related merchandise. So I do have a merchandise shop that is linked in my description box for each video. And so here's an example. Pretty paper makes me happy. And I do have several other other varieties of sweatshirts and shirts. There's some mugs. I haven't done a great job of promoting it or talking about it, but I did. It was one of my business goals was to create some merchandise, and I did get that done. The next big thing I did, which was pretty exciting for me, is I hit 10,000 subscribers here on my YouTube channel. So thank you everyone who subscribed. I'm so appreciative of you. And I didn't do any kind of big celebration just because it happened as we were getting in the full swing of fall craft shows and things just got crazy. So I didn't really have a big celebration, but it was super exciting and it's a nice milestone to have hit. Also, another milestone is I have a Facebook group called Crafting with Bourbon Creek, and I hit 300 members in that group right at the end of the year, I think. And so it is a group. It's not me promoting my products, my videos, or anything like that. It's more about you, I guess my subscribers, my friends. I get to share my projects with you here on YouTube all the time. You don't always get to share yours with me. So the group is for that, and it's just for encouragement. There's some challenges that happen over there every month. People like share their projects, ask for ideas or advice. So it's just kind of a community of crafters, of paper crafters, and people sharing ideas and projects. So if you are interested in joining that, there is a link to that. That's always in my description box as well. You do have to answer 2 questions to be accepted. So please make sure you answer those. But it's a pretty low-key, low-drama group. I did donate cards to 5 different organizations this year. I historically have donated most of my cards to Cards for Soldiers, and I still do, but I also kind of wanted to diversify that a little bit because I know Cards for Soldiers has become a lot more popular and they're not needing as many cards anymore. So I kind of decided to share my stash with some other places as well. So I found some new organizations to donate to, and that was really nice. There's a local organization here in town that I donate cards to, and then there were other ones that were like out of town that I just kind of mailed cards to. And then in all of the projects that I've done, meeting my paper crafting goals and, making pages and projects, I used up a ton of embellishments. I don't save all of those, but I'd used up stickers, ribbon, just die cuts. I've used a bunch of that, and I try to incorporate using up some of that in each of my projects. So it used to be that using up like a sticker sheet or something each month was part of my goal, like a specific goal. Now I just kind of roll that into my pad projects. I know that if I'm going to be working on killing off a paper pad, I can totally kill off some, embellishment packs as well. And then I'm also going to put in here pictures of my storage for my kits. And you can see that there is room to move now. Like I said, I think even last year it was just cram-packed full, like I couldn't fit anything in it. Things were stacked, kits were stacked on top. At least now everything fits cleanly into the basket. And then I'm also going to show you my bins where I store my 12x12 pads and collections. Those are now, one of them, the holiday one, has empty space. Like I could add stuff to it. I kind of focused on that one this year. That was a lot of like my holiday and themed collections. So I focused heavily on that one this year. The other bin is kind of just general pads and collections that maybe aren't like holiday or seasonal. And so I kind of need to focus on that one a little bit more this year because that one is still pretty packed. Now, I have also added collections and pads to this throughout the year, especially towards the end of the year. I did take advantage of some Black Friday sales, like with Simple Stories. I did the Echo Park box, and I think I may have even gotten some goodies from scrapbook.com. So I've even added to it, like especially that holiday one, I've added to it and I still have space. So like, that's great. And that's kind of my goal. That's why I started this journey in the first place, was because I got brand new paper storage, like whole like cabinet full of paper storage, and I didn't have any room and it made me cry. And so I decided We gotta start getting serious about using up some of this paper. So that's what I did in 2022. For 2023, I have the same general like paper crafting goals. Like I still want to use up a 12 by 12 pad or collection every month. That seems to be really working for me, and obviously it's successful space-wise. I still want to use a 6 by 6 pad every month. I'm part of a Smash Those Small Pad collaborations that I do with Sarah, who's crafting and relaxing here on YouTube, and Kathy, who's Stampin' Cat on Instagram. Each month, you know, we like work on a 6 by or a smaller than 12 by 12. It doesn't have to be 6 by 6. So that is a goal, and that collaboration helps me with that goal. I have revised my kit goal. I think I have had 6 kits per year as my goal for the last several years, and I have not hit it. So I'm going to bump it down to 4. So that's 1 kit per quarter. Surely I can do that. One of the things I did last year with one of my kits was used it for the small pad collaboration, because it's the same amount of, like, the kits are 6 by 6 papers, and it's the same amount of papers as you would get in a 6 by 6 pad. So I might have to do that a couple times this year to help me hit that goal, but I'm gonna try for 4. I obviously need to finish up 2015 and 16 pictures, getting those scrapbooked. And then lofty goal, what I'm going to strive for, may not hit it since I'm kind of behind on last year's goal, but I want to try to get through 2018 pictures. One good thing is that the more current I get, like the older my girls get, the less pictures there are. You know, when they're little, you take everything they do, it's picture worthy, and you have 50 million pictures. I didn't scrap every single one of those, but I had a lot of pictures that I wanted to scrapbook. So I'm hoping that more recent years, they're not going to be quite as many pictures to scrapbook, and so that'll start going a little faster. And then I do want to keep the goal of cleaning at least once per month. It's not a time limit. I don't have like a set number of minutes that I have to clean, and there's no set date. It's just whenever I have some time, do a quick tidy, or if I have a good amount of time, like certain times of year, I know I have more time than others, so then that's when I'll go through and do a deeper clean, dusting, vacuuming, kind of rearranging, things like that. So on top of that, some crafty related goals, like for my craft room, I need to do some reorganization of some things. And so I'm hoping to work that in, and hopefully that will help kind of with some of the mess and maybe make tidying a little bit easier. As far as like YouTube goals, I mean, I hit 10,000. That was kind of my last. It would be great if I could get to 15,000 subscribers. If I do, yay. If I don't, that's okay. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it's meaningful and useful for you guys. And then I do need to work on promoting my merchandise a little bit better. And so you may see some commercials or videos sponsored by me, sharing the merchandise. And I also want to create some more merchandise this year as well. Some more seasonal things, just some more fun things. Because really what I created last year was some basics, just trying to test out the system and kind of see how it goes. So that's what I plan for 2023. And I thank you guys for supporting me in everything. Everybody who's watched a video, liked, subscribed, shared a video, commented. Thank you so very much. Thank you for everybody who's sent me a super thanks or bought me a coffee on my little like buy me a coffee link. And thank everybody who's, you know, on social media who's supported me in any way as well, or for all of those of you who have like purchased either merchandise or products from me. Thank you so much. Or if you used an affiliate link, those are all ways that, you know, have helped me continue to bring you free content essentially. Thank you for that. And if you would like to support me, there are several free ways you can support me in my channel. And I believe this is the only time of the year I ever really talk about this. But anytime you like, comment, or subscribe, on a video or share a video, that tells YouTube that this is good content, that you enjoyed it, that you think other people would enjoy it. That is totally free to you. And if you follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm Bourbon Creek Crafts in all three of those places. Anytime you interact with me over there, that again helps tell those platforms that you enjoy my content. So I appreciate that. Again, that is free. Another free way you can support me and my channel. I usually have affiliate links listed in my description box of like general things. Anytime I use specific products in a video and I link those in the description box, those are all usually affiliate links. And if you are going to be doing some shopping in any of those places and you use my link, it doesn't cost you any extra, but I do get like a teeny tiny commission. It may be a few cents per dollar, from what you purchase, and it doesn't increase your purchase price. It just kind of rewards me for promoting, whatever product. So that is very helpful. And then I do have some extra ways you can support me and my channel. I do have also in the description box, there's lots of good stuff in the description box. So I don't ever think to check there when I'm watching a video. So if you ever check the description box, it's a wealth of information. But I have a link for Buy Me a Coffee, and I do put freebies up over there periodically. I need to add some more to that this year, but it's just a site where you can it's Buy Me a Coffee, but really you're contributing to my channel, and it's just a way of saying thank you. So like I said, thank you to everybody who's bought me a coffee this past year. I appreciate that. And also you can support me by buying my merchandise, getting something for yourself that's fun and crafty related, and then that also helps me as well. So that is kind of what I had to talk about today. And I would like to know a couple things. One, did you set any crafty goals this year? And if so, I'd love to hear what some of those are. Two, if you set goals, how can I help you? How can I support you all in your crafty endeavors? Let me know that in the description box below as well, because I'd love to be able to give back to you guys for all that you have done for me. And I have I think I'm continuing in all my collaborations from last year. There's like 5. So you are welcome to play along with those on your own. And if you want some additional challenges, you can jump on over to my Facebook group, and we do like some tool challenges over there. And then there's usually like a donation or give back kind of challenge on using up some of the things that you make with your crafty stash. So thank you guys so much for another wonderful year. I have really enjoyed this YouTube journey and have made so many good friends that I never would have made, I guess in real life, because some of them are across the country and I would never have had a chance to meet them. So I've loved that. I've loved the community. I've loved knowing that there are so many more of you out there like me who love the paper, have collected the paper, and now we're all trying to use the paper. So it's fun to be able to do that along with you. I thank you guys always so very much for your support and for your friendship, and I love you all. Thank you for sticking through me with this video. Again, if you'd also like to know more about goal setting for yourself, you can check the blog post linked in the description box below. But for now, I'll stop talking and tell you guys my normal, I hope you have a very crafty day.